Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Your Next Cast. Thank you so much for clicking on the link. The weather here in Virginia has been really good recently. Over the last week we've had days up into the 70s, so I've been able to get out and get a little bit of fishing done, which has been cool. But in today's video, I'm going to take you back to Reedville, Virginia. I'm going to be fishing with my good friend Rob. You've seen us fishing before in the striped bass videos. If you haven't already seen those, go check those out. They're pretty cool. But today's video is going to be the same. It's going to be us out fishing some rock jetties. I'm going to give you a bit of a different point of view than what you normally see from my videos. So here we go. I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start out fishing with a bait casting rod and reel setup. I'm fishing with the red Cherrywood Berkeley HD rod and an Okuma reel that you can see right there. And on this, I have 15-pound monofilament line.
There's one. About time. I mean, it's pulling, but I don't think it's 20.
And the reason I say that is because the striped bass have to be over 20 inches in length to be able to keep them.
The one you just lost?
And as you can see right there, I'm fishing with a paddle tail trailer, and I'm using a bucktail jig that has an underspin on it.
There we go. Yep. You got one too? That's a nice one. Mine won't make it though. Think it's even worth it? It's not big enough.
So I broke off a couple of times with that rod and reel setup. So I switched up to my spinning rod. And this is just a loose combo spinning rod. And this time I'm fishing with 17-pound monofilament line. And the reason I'm mentioning the line is important for something you're going to see in just a little bit. Again, still catches fish. Not a very expensive setup. You can still catch fish with it.
It's not big. Say it again.
Now, as you can see, I've switched up one more time. So I broke off a few times with the spinning rod as well, and that just let me know that the monofilament just was not the right deal to go with. They did catch me a few fish, even a few that I wasn't able to capture on camera. But my good friend Rob, after I broke one off, said, hey, you need to switch. And so he lent me one of his rod and reel combos that had braid on it. And that was one of the biggest lessons I learned from this trip, is that when you go out striped bass fishing and you know you're going to run into them, you definitely want braid.
There we go. Way to come back for it, buddy.
And in this situation, I don't think that the visibility of the line really made all that much of a difference. As you'll see, I still continued to catch fish, actually caught even more fish, and using braid, because I didn't have to worry about breaking off and I didn't have to worry about retying. So in my opinion, it's not every instance that I use braid, but certainly in this instance, I found braid to be more effective than monofilament.
Yeah, he was out there too. So you get him?
And as you can see where we're fishing, this is just a rock jetty. You can see the water line where the water's been higher. And we're just throwing up against those rocks as close as we can get. Now what you haven't seen, or what you won't see in this video, is that I lost quite a few lures in those rocks.
My thing is, how many of them are in here? Like literally. Oh my goodness. He was out. This rod is. I know. Man, this is a good one.
Now this was a really good fish. This was the biggest fish that I caught on this trip, and you're gonna see I'm gonna have to get Rob to help me get it in, but it ended up being 24 inches, my largest for the day, and it was a great fight, great battle. Striped bass in general just are great fighters as fish, and it's always fun to catch them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying these swirls and see what happens. Yep, nice one. Yep, you got one too?
So again, once I switched up to the other rod and reel and with the braid, I don't think I lost any more fish at all, and didn't throw any more lures away. So it greatly improved my day. But one of the lessons a good friend of mine told me is that if you're afraid to lose a lure, fishing might not be for you.
Yeah.
So I've had to get over that fear, generally because I'm practical and very frugal. So, you know, I don't like losing lures. And especially like in this case, I was using some of his, and I hate losing somebody else's lures. So I definitely didn't want to do that. But if you're going to be successful, you got to get over that fear, and you just got to go out and throw.
I was hoping that would happen.
And sure enough, as you see, it'll pay off.
It's not that big.
So if you're wondering to yourself, did he really catch fish after fish after fish? Because it's like as soon as you throw it in, you're getting hit. We actually did. On this day, the fish were just biting, and it doesn't always happen like that, but when it does, it's really fun. And if you think I'm catching a lot of fish, you should have seen what Rob did. He caught way more fish than I did. So this is the end of the trip here. This is where we want to leave on a fish catch. So it's going to be a skinny one, but it's the last fish of the trip.
This guy's skinny.
Thank you so much for staying to the end. I really appreciate you watching the video. Again, if you liked it, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Thank you so much for watching Your Next Cast. We'll see you next time.